Yeah, so just continue then. We're still talking about 3.1 and we're just talking about time management. So Ruby, how did you manage your time?
We managed time by giving them 5 minutes a briefing, so we could explain how the task would work, what the rules were, and how they would meet their objectives by doing this task. Also, we set a 15-minute time limit for the task, as we had to increase the time, as they weren't doing well, but they were working well as a team, so we increased time.
Lauren, any other elements of time management that you can remember doing?
As Ruby said, we give them a certain time for brief, debrief, and the actual activity. They were allocated time slots, which was for that, and Ruby timed the activities to make sure we were all on time with her phone.
Lauren, can you explain to me how you motivated people to do the activity?
We used affirmative language. We were willing to do the task, and
Yep.
we was excited, which motivated them. We used physical and verbal motivations. For example, we were pushing them to move on. Telling them that we kept explaining the time, how much time we had, so
Good.
that moved them forward.
Just stop there. Ruby, can you continue, please?
We also commented on how well they were working and how like giving them little hints how to do it, so we could like quickly move them on and all, giving them more motivation. Or it seems easier, we should do it quicker, since we give them hints.
Good. How did you allocate resources? How did you do that? Allocate resources to the task?
We handed blindfolds out, giving them blindfolds. We allocated leader. We allocated the casualty.
Stop there. Lauren, any more?
We used the full kit, which was provided,
Yeah.
which meant we still needed more, so we went to the stock room and used more of that, just
Okay.
to make sure that we weren't.
Because it was a shortfall,
Yeah,
and you
we
made
weren't
it more
sure.
interesting,
We
didn't
had
you?
our I had my iPad and my phone.
And a stopwatch used to record.
Yeah, and we also had the back, which was my phone because it was originally done on my iPad, but it stopped recording, so we had my phone as a backup.
Good. Okay. In terms of then directing the activity, how well did you direct individuals? Do you feel, Lauren?
We did give clear instructions, and we also asked questions after we gave the instructions to make sure they could repeat it back, and also they could answer our questions.
Ruby?
We explained in detail what they needed to do, and also asked questions, see if they understood it or not.
Okay. I mean, in terms of what I observed, your management of the task was sufficient to get the task done. Obviously, we had baseline activity and another activity. How many activities did you manage to do?
We managed to do one.
One activity. So, yeah, your management skills could be improved to make sure you got two activities out. But generally, what you've ran should get sufficient data for us to analyse and look at. Let's look at 3.2 now, how you manage the strategic planning. So, Lauren, can you give me some opinion how you feel you manage the strategic plan?
I made sure that every objective was explained, which were P3, P4, P6, and I also made that my objectives were clear as a team leader.
Good. What about you, Ruby? Any additional
No, it's
stuff there?
basically the same.
Do you feel like, obviously, a strategic plan, do you feel like you managed your learning well? Because obviously we've got 3.1, 3.2 and 3.3 to get out of it for us. How well do you think you managed our objectives here?
I think we managed them well, to be honest. We met most of our objectives, if not all of them, and I think, yeah, there is some weaknesses we need to work on, but I think we did good all in all.
Okay. Lauren, in terms of what the students said, what did the students say about your strategic plans? What was their feedback?
This is strengths, with that we explained well and that our discipline was good.
Ruby, what were the weaknesses they pointed out?
Apparently we kept wandering off, but I don't know how
Okay.
they could know that they were blindfolded.
Right, okay. Maybe just by the distance of your voice, or I don't know. But yeah, but you didn't actually wander off task.
No, we
You went.
were
It was
wandering
quite a
around
big.
the
It's quite a
task.
big area, wasn't it?
Yeah,
So that might just be their
monitoring.
perception. Good. Okay. In terms of what I observed, I mean, I actually quite enjoyed watching. I took a video as well at the activity, so I thought the activity was going quite well. The course was quite interesting. They looked motivated, so I thought you were managing it quite well in line with what we hoped to achieve. The only issue that I can see really is obviously we didn't run 2 activities, so that's just a simple case of time management, I think.
And we did see there were 2 girls in our group that were very, very like unmotivated and they had a lot of weak spots. So we made sure that the boys in our group that had higher strengths were helping and motivating them.
Good. Okay, that's good. I mean, in terms of 3.3 then, how you communicated, Ruby, can you run me through some of the strengths you feel you had in communication?
Clear instructions and explanations, asking questions, monitored them, health and safety risks, prepared pretty much everything we needed to do,
Okay.
and set up the activity well.
And what weaknesses do you think that you showed in your communication?
Could improve mine and Lauren's conflict when talking, as we didn't get our points across to each other as well as we needed to.
Right. The students mentioned something about shouting, or was that in there
No?
on the video?
Arguments.
Argument, yeah. How would you seek to improve that?
Listen to each other
Yeah.
more.
Okay.
As we didn't get each other's point properly, that's why
Right.
we ended up a little bit frustrated with each other.
Right. It's easy done frustration, isn't
Yeah.
it? You know, but it does have to be managed.
Yes.
So that is one of their things that they, and I would feel that is important. Obviously, as a professional, you've got to watch how you come
Yes.
across. But we all get frustrated and angry, don't we? So yeah, that's something to watch out for, definitely. Student perception is very important. Client perception is very important. If they're paying for this, they would want.
Yeah.
And in the,
Professionalism.
yeah, and in public services, it won't be accepted, you know. Good. Lauren, what do you feel about the communication skills that you showed?
I feel that we did give clear instructions for everybody. We did ask questions all the time to make sure that they understood. We gave them feedback sheets and we took what they said on the feedback sheets. They did indicate that we did argue in front of them and that they were confused at times. And they did feel that the debrief wasn't as good as we expected it to be. But they did say that we did have good explanations and we were firm and we were strict discipline.
Okay, so I mean, in essence then, what I'm observing, what I'm seeing is that, you know, communication-wise, I thought you produced some really good forms. They were clear, and you know, I think later on we'll see that when we analyse the information, the forms you produced will give us some good information to work off as to how well we met the strategic plans. So that the written communication, I think, was good. Verbal communication just needs a bit of polish, really. It was clear, concise delivery of your brief to the students. You controlled it well, I thought. When I videoed it, I saw some good activity going on. You know, it's not easy to do when it's a strange group, and so the skills were apparent. Just a bit over zealous on the control bit. But other than that, I think communication quite good in the body language, etc., and in the written sense as well. So for me, I'd be happy to pass you at that. In terms of you showing 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, but also meeting their objectives as well. So well done.